And Bonds hits one high. Hits it deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bonds stands alone.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead.
Washington outside left. Roethlisberger has time, throws to the back of the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown by Holmes.
Minute remaining, and they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Taproom Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Stacks on Stacks on Stacks. Last joined with Swerve and Irving Washington, Mr. Big Ballin' Ben Larson,
Sir.
with the pedo mustache, still rocking it.
Couple more weeks.
The only thing that would be more fitting is if you drove a fucking molester van.
Hey, it's more white trash now than a pedo. It's filled out a little bit more, so.
All right, fair enough. You're starting to look like that dude from or Earl from My Name Is
There we
Earl.
go.
There we
At least
go.
I don't look homeless, so.
Oh, that's good.
works.
Let's not get there.
I ain't never. What is My Name Is Earl?
Oh, you've never seen My Name Is Earl, dude?
Hell
Oh
no.
my god, you gotta watch it with Jason Lee.
Nah, the closest I've seen to that is that one show that's based in Chicago with the dude with all the kids.
Oh, Shameless, dude. That's a great show.
Yeah, it's funny. You know, Miracle Kids is on that show.
Nah, I didn't.
Yeah, the two the black kids. Those are sons.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
When she posted that, I was like, wow.
The things you learn, dude.
Yeah.
I do have to mention we are being brought to you by Tavour. Make sure to go to Tavour.com or download the Tavour app straight to your mobile device and use promo code TAPROOM for $10 off your first purchase of $25 or more. That's craft beer delivered straight to your front door. You don't even have to leave your seat. What a beautiful thing.
Since we're talking beer, I do have a first for today.
Oh, what are we sipping on, Ben?
So I'm sipping on a Fieldwork. It's called Salted Raspberry. It's a Ghost. But the first time I had this on tap at the brewery today. It's better in the can.
Nice,
I
dude.
do have to say it is better in the can. So that's a first.
Nice. I like it. I'm finishing my Odell pack.
Okay.
You probably got some, what's the name?
Somewhat.
What's that shit that come in a green bottle?
Skunk?
Some Mickeys.
Oh.
Shit. Hey,
No, he's drinking O'Doul's, the non-alcoholic stuff.
No, this is Odell's, dog.
O'Doul's.
Odell.
Man, shout out to my boy Anthony Davis. Look like he's back being Anthony Davis. He been balling.
Yeah, and dude, the Suns are fucking clowns, dog.
And that Pat Beverly just got ejected for sending Ayton to the floor and taunting Reeves.
Yeah, but did you see the play?
No.
Like, Devin Booker fouled the shit out of Reeves, first of all. They didn't call a foul. And then DeAndre Ayton, who's not even involved in the play, like, goes over and stands over Reeves. Like, oh, you little, like, basically, like, showing them up, you know? And the refs didn't call. That's a taunting foul. That's supposed to be a taunting penalty in the NBA. Refs didn't do anything, so Pat Beverly ran over there and knocked Ayton to the ground. I mean, he laid his ass out, dude. That shit was hella funny.
I'll have to watch
But
that.
the Suns they're such a clown ass franchise, dude. They're so easy to hate at this point. Like, after they beat the Warriors in the regular season last year, that video goes viral of them like lifting weights right after the game and stuff, and it was like a clown ass like shit. And then they have that video of them like doing the handshakes and dancing around, more clown shit. After they won the Western Conference Finals, they throw a fucking parade, dude. Who the fuck throws a parade for winning the conference finals, man? I mean,
That's why the ass deserve to lose.
this team is just so easy to hate. By the way, Ben, you didn't get the memo. Yellow hoodie day, dude.
I did not. I don't think I own a yellow hoodie.
Well,
Damn, I got like 5 of them.
I'm not cool enough.
I got the X-Men. I got the Avengers. I got the Peanuts. The what's that one show? Snoopy
Peanuts, dude. I haven't
Yeah,
seen
you're
that in a
right,
while.
Peanuts.
Yeah.
and ACDC.
Hey, ACDC.
I own like 2 hoodies, so
Cause I'm back in black.
back in yellow. But
That's not ACDC.
No, that's definitely ACDC. That is definitely ACDC. Anyways, Thanksgiving week. I mean, this is basically like the marker for like the end of the year, dude. By this time, we know who the real teams are and who the pretenders are. So I want to start it off with this tonight, because Ben, you weren't on the show last night. The Niners just dog walked the Cardinals in Mexico City. I mean, that was
beautiful.
It was something. I don't know what to say, but I think the Niners have cemented themselves now. If you didn't think so before, I think that now you know the Niners are the best team in the NFC. And it isn't because they just beat the Cardinals. Like, look, the Cardinals aren't a good team, but I mean, they beat the shit out of the Cardinals in prime
And they're
time.
not even fully healthy.
Well, they're basically fully healthy, considering
Well,
that
they're getting
Nah, you
there.
can't say fully healthy. They're missing Armstead. That's one of the best.
that's the only guy that they're gonna get back this year that didn't play last night. All the other guys are not gonna play at all the rest of the year. They're out for the year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like when I say that, I'm meaning like they're getting to 100%. Like they're getting back into the groove of thing. They're getting those snaps together that they didn't previously have. So like I think this team can get even better. Give it another 2 weeks or so.
Yeah, they should. I mean, like, part of the reason why I like the Cardinals plus the 10 points was that the Niners often play down to their competition, and they've like struggled offensively for better part of the year. And they've looked good in other games offensively, and then their defense lays an egg, right? Against Atlanta, prime example, but they were missing like 4 starters. But, they played a hell of a game on Monday, all around. Special teams, defense, offense, best team in football, in my opinion. They would be a favorite against anybody on a neutral field in the NFC.
Yeah.
The only 2 teams they would not be a favorite against on a neutral field is Buffalo and Kansas City.
Nope.
That's the only 2 teams. Everybody else
even
in the NFL,
and with
they're a
the way
favorite.
the Buffalo's playing right now, you could even put that it'd be a pick.
Well, they wouldn't be a favorite versus Denver.
Who?
Get out of here. Get out of here.
The thing,
Yeah, I can't believe one of our 3 wins is against the Niners.
well, I mean, the Niners were like decimated, and it was also Jimmy G's second game back. And you got to remember, he didn't have a playbook all offseason.
No, it wasn't decimated. They was only missing Armstead. That was it.
But on offense, they were missing guys, and Trent Williams gets hurt in that game.
Oh yeah, Trent Williams did get hurt, but that was in the 4th quarter.
But again, Jimmy Garoppolo, that was his second start of the year, and he hadn't had a playbook all summer. Like, he literally hadn't practiced. He had no training camp. Like, that was...
He did. He was just by himself.
Yeah, he wasn't with the team because they were They were planning on trading him, which I think is the most comical thing about this whole situation, is because now Jimmy G, like, if he leads them to a Super Bowl victory, there's no way, 0 chance, he's not the starter for the Niners next year.
Yeah, it's an interesting conundrum there. Because I think you could get a lot for him in trade value.
You think so?
If they put him out there on the market. I mean, we could probably name 10 teams right now that would trade for him in an instance. And he would be an upgrade for what they have and put them in a good spot. And the biggest team that I'm looking at right now is New York Jets.
Yeah, it's an interesting take there, Ben.
The New York Jets, the Indianapolis Colts.
Do you think Zach Wilson is a New York Jets starter next year, Irvin?
No.
He's done.
You think so?
Seattle Commanders.
No, he's not going to Seattle. Seattle will ride out Geno until the wheels fall off, and they'll probably draft a quarterback in this year's
pick somebody
draft.
up over
They're gonna have a top 5 pick if the Broncos keep playing like they're playing. So they probably draft Will Levi or Somebody like that. But nah, I think Wilson is cooked.
Yeah.
You think he's done?
Yeah. Jets got too much draft capital to be wasting that defense and what they building over there on the dog shit quarterback like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the only team I'd see that would probably go after him would be like Carolina, because they're known to go after bad, washed QBs. So
Well, I mean, you got to remember Matt Rule's out of the picture now, and Carolina's gonna have a pretty high pick themselves. So
Yeah, they might have the first or the second overall pick. So,
yeah, the only
but no, the Raiders gonna have the third. The Raiders got the third pick right now. But now let's look at it right now because I think this week might have changed the draft status and shit.
yeah, because you got a lot of 3-7 teams right now.
Yeah,
Zach Wilson, I don't think anyone's gonna trade for Zach Wilson. I think he's ultimately gonna get cut, and then he'll be a backup. And the only time he'll get an opportunity is if like the starter falls down, and maybe he. I think there's
right now it's the Texans, Panthers with the second overall pick, Bears third, Raiders fourth, Seattle fifth, Detroit sixth, Jaguars seventh.
and there's no guarantee the Texans take a quarterback either because they like Davis Mills.
They do.
I know, but they talking about benching him. So if they bench him, I think they probably might entertain
But
drafting a QB.
he's not their issue.
Well, that's what they starting to think. They talking about the head coach and the GM is losing faith in Davis Mills.
Do you really think they hired Lovie Smith as like the guy to go forward with this as the coach?
Probably not, but he has a 3 or 4 year deal.
Yeah, but I mean, in the NFL, 3 or 4 year deal is nothing.
I know, but this team is terrible. So if they losing faith in a quarterback, and they're gonna have 2 top 10 picks.
Yeah,
it's true. Well, we'll see what Cleveland does in the last 6 games of the season.
Oh yeah,
they could pop that up.
They might go on Robert Watson. Damn, the Eagles gonna have a top 10 pick.
Yeah, but the thing with the Browns that's interesting too is like if they have 0 shot at making the playoffs. I mean, where are they at right now in the standings?
They 3-7.
They basically have no shot at the playoffs, dude. They'd have to win out, which I mean is a possibility, but they play.
You still want to get Deshaun in that playing time and playing action, though.
Yeah, I don't think even if they are out the playoffs, he's gonna play every damn game.
Yeah. Who they play? Who do they play this week? They have a tough
Bucks, and I'm taking the Bucks.
Yeah, they're gonna get waxed by the
played
Bucks.
in what? He hasn't played in what, 2 years now? A year and a half, I guess, when he comes back from.
He played last year.
No, I didn't.
No.
Oh yeah,
I mean, he was a healthy scratch all last year.
Yeah, he was a year before last year.
Yeah, so I mean, you're looking at what, 16, 27 games.
And the Browns, I mean, that defense fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah.
For a team with Myles Garrett on it, that defense is awful.
So you've got the Bucks this week, the Texans, which they'll get a win, the Bengals, which they always play hard, the Ravens, they'll probably lose, but then they end with the Saints, the Commies, and the Steelers. So
the Commanders, bro, I think they're gonna make the playoffs, and we're gonna talk about them a little bit. I definitely think the Commanders, they get Chase Young back this week. That defense has turned it around tremendously in the last 6 weeks.
It's a crapshoot for me.
And Taylor, the Heineken man, bro, that team just plays for that kid, bro, or guy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. He's not that great of a quarterback, but he wins.
He's stacking up his Jordans.
He's like he reminds me of Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, they're not the most talented guys on the planet, but they're good leaders, and they get the team to rally and win ball games, dude. And ultimately, that's what matters in the NFL is wins and losses.
Y'all heard about his Jordan collection now, right?
Nah, but I mean, he's hella rich, so he probably has hella J's.
No, every team that he beats, he buys the color scheme of that team in Jordans.
Oh, damn.
So, he beats the Jets, he's going green and white. He beats the, Bengals, he's going orange and black. Like, he'll buy one every week for a team that he beats.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I fuck with it. Let's hop into these games real quick. So we got 3 games on Thursday night, which we gotta talk, or Thursday. which we got to talk about Thanksgiving games. Obviously, game in Detroit, game in Dallas, and then we got a game at Minnesota. So let's talk about the first game. This is the 12:30 p.m. Eastern kickoff game, so 9:30 a.m. Pacific. So we'll be having breakfast out here on the West Coast, watching some football, which is so beautiful, man. Like, I love it. Plus, we get a college game on Thursday this year too, so it's gonna be a great day of football and Thanksgiving. Nothing better in America than football, turkey, and whatever else everybody eats on Thanksgiving.
Chitlins. I'm just playing. I don't like no damn chitlins.
Well, I heard today this someone told me that their family eats lasagna first, and then they eat like a traditional Thanksgiving dinner. So like they have like a lasagna like earlier in the day, and then Thanksgiving dinner. I was like, bro, how do you have any room to eat
Yeah,
Thanksgiving
seriously.
dinner after
You
lasagna?
Are they Caucasian?
Of course,
Yes.
dude. What the fuck?
As a Caucasian, I can tell you yes.
Also
yeah,
Italian.
No, like, dude, they need a nap in between too. Jesus.
Yeah, you got to. The best thing, the best tradition on Thanksgiving is to get blackout drunk on Wednesday, and then wake up, don't eat anything all day until Thanksgiving dinner.
I don't know about that.
Come on, man, it's Blackout Wednesday, Ben.
Black Wednesday, I've never heard of this before.
Nah, that's when everybody goes out to the bars on Wednesday night.
Yeah, but you don't necessarily get blacked out.
Not anymore now that we're older, but I'm saying when we were younger and shit, everybody comes home from college, and then everybody goes out to the bars, gets blacked out drunk on Wednesday because nobody has work on Thursday or anything to do.
That's true.
And then that's how we did it back in the day. Not anymore though. I can't do that anymore. Plus nowadays I'd have like 6 beers and be fucking toast. Anyways, let's talk about this Buffalo at Detroit game. So Buffalo, this is their second game in a row at Ford Field in Detroit. So a lightweight home game for them, to be honest. They're very familiar with Detroit at this point. Yeah. The Bills are laying 9.5. The total's 54.5. On the money line, Bills laying at $4.25. The Detroit Lions $3.30. Buffalo 7-3 straight up, 5-4-1 against the spread, 3-7 to the over, and they're 3-2 on the road. Technically 4-2 if you consider last week a road game. Detroit 4-6 straight up, 6-4 against the spread, 7-3 on the road. Detroit coming off a win in which they covered and won outright at the Giants. The Bills coming off a win in which they won and covered the second line. They didn't cover the first line. So they didn't cover the line which they were supposed to be playing in Buffalo, but they covered the line at Detroit, which was 7.5. And it went over, which is their first game that's gone over in a very long time. So, or second game in a row, because the Minnesota game went to overtime. Anyways, Ben, what's our thoughts of this game? Let's start with you this one. What do you think about this game here?
I mean, the 9.5, 10 is a lot. And with the way that Detroit has been playing this season, it makes me wonder, can Buffalo really take things on the run? But I mean, the way that they played last week, actually getting the run game down, if they can continue to, if they can play the way that they did last week against Detroit, you think that they'd be able to cover this 9.5 points. But for some reason, Detroit just loves to stay in the game. And I think that 6-4 against the spread really shows that. Buffalo is going to win this game, but I think Detroit's going to cover.
Buffalo coming off 3 straight wins against the spread, by the way.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say, I think that you have to keep into consideration, though, too, Ben, is that Buffalo's defense is getting healthier. Like,
it's true.
Tre'Davious White was activated from IR. It's not certain that he's going to play, but he is listed as questionable now. Kyer Elam is going to play. He missed the last 2 games. Lewis probable on Thursday. So, I mean, they're literally getting their secondary back. Poirier played last game. And the Buffalo Bills
only 1-0, 1-2 in their last 3 against the spread.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to keep in mind, like
1-4.
they've been super banged up, and like it took a miracle basically for them to lose that game against the Vikings. Like they play that game 9 more times, they win that game 9 more times. Like that game was an anomaly, you know. And this is the importance about handicapping games, because people are always like, well, this team is 8-2. Well, I don't give a fuck about their win-loss record, because you have to take into context the wins and losses that they have. It doesn't matter about this week here. I think the beneficial point of Buffalo this week is that they've been in Detroit, you know.
Yeah.
They don't have they haven't traveled. So they've been practicing, you know what I mean? Usually on a Thursday game, you like don't have any practices or walkthroughs, basically, because you come off a game, you have your day off on Monday, and then Tuesday you have your walkthrough, Wednesday walkthrough, Wednesday travel, Thursday play the game. Well, for Buffalo, it's basically been a home week this week for them, minus the staying at their own homes.
They didn't travel back home?
They did not travel back home. They stayed in Detroit. So I think that does change a little bit. But you're right, 9.5 is a lot of points, especially against a team like Detroit, who always manages to sneak in the back door.
Yeah.
Like Detroit could very well be down 14 in this game with like 2 minutes to play and get a meaningless touchdown to cover the spread.
Yeah, just looking at the teams that they've played recently.
Plus, they run the ball too, so.
Who?
Detroit.
Doesn't matter. Bills, when healthy, best defense in football.
Nah.
Yes.
League defense not better than the Niners.
That's a good point. But I mean, statistically, they are right now, and they've been more injured than the Niners. To be honest, they literally played a game without 4 of their starting secondary. Like literally, their entire starting secondary was out.
That's fine. They still have most of their D line, and they got Von Miller and they got Ed Oliver. But the Bills have a damn good defense, but I don't care about statistics or stats. They don't have a better defense than the Niners.
Buffalo Bills 4th against the rush, Irving. 7th against the pass, and the only reason why they dropped in the pass department is because their secondary's been banged up. That's what's changed a lot. Detroit, on the other hand, their 25th DVOA total defense, 27th against the rush, 23rd against the pass. They did have a great defensive game plan against the Giants last week. Basically, forced Daniel Jones to beat them. I think it's a little bit different of a strategy, obviously, against Buffalo, because against Buffalo, you want the run game to beat you. However, the Detroit Lions fucking suck against the run.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like if the Bills can run like they did last week,
they could cover.
Then they'll cover.
Or
but will they do that? We haven't seen that in 10 other weeks that they did.
But Ben, what if they? I think what if at the same time?
Not last week, 2
What
weeks
if they
ago.
run the ball like that and they slow the clock down and slow possessions down? You know, then they would basically have to shut out Detroit to cover. Oh, this is a tough game, dude. I think Buffalo is so much better of a team, and I also love the fact that like they didn't travel. You know what I mean? Like they stayed in Detroit, so it's basically a home game. Because usually on these short weeks, you always favor the road team, the home team, because they have the beneficiary of not having to travel.
Mm-hmm.
But since Buffalo's been in Detroit, you know they're very familiar with the facilities. They probably have a lot of fans still there. The ones with money, at least.
True. I don't know. 9, you said 9?
9.5. Oh my god, we got the yawn out early.
It's already started. First game. Yeah.
9.5 on a. I don't know. The team on a 3-game win streak too. I do think Buffalo.
Yeah, but look who it was: the Giants, the Bears, and the Packers. That's.
But nobody thought they was winning any of those games, though.
Nobody thought the Packers were going to be this bad. Nobody thought the Giants. Well, the Giants were going to be good, but.
Do you think the Lions are going to win 4 in a row?
Huh?
You think the Lions are going to win 4 in a row?
Nah, I don't think they're gonna win. I think they're gonna cover though.
Yeah, this is a tough one for me. This is like
Because
a total
the Bills,
stalemate.
we know what they need to do, and then they're like the Chiefs. They're not gonna do it. They gonna drop back 40 sometimes and throw the ball with Josh Allen. And against a team that we know can't stop the run. They probably gonna run the first drive and then probably will run it again until the third quarter. Because
Good
Ken
point, Irv.
Dorsey is crazy. They got rid of Brian Dable, and the offense is exactly the same.
Yep.
If
I think
this gets bet down to 9, I think I'd take that.
it'd need to get to like 8 for me to take it.
Well, even 9.5. That's a touchdown and a field goal.
Yeah, so basically, they got to win by double digits.
Yeah, winning by multiple possessions in the NFL is not an
It's
easy
hard
thing to do.
because you never know. It might be a turnover, might be a pick six, a fumble.
Yep, you never know.
Yeah,
Also,
Buffalo hasn't done
Your
that
running
since
back might
Green
fumble on
Bay.
the fucking 1 yard line when you're going in to go up 17-10, and you get a field goal blocked. So it's shit like that happens in the NFL.
Irvin's throwing every fucking possible outcome out there.
That's what happened to Denver.
Well, that's happened to Denver all year. I mean, you guys suck.
I know, because Melvin Gordon, that motherfucker single-handedly cost us 3 games.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal, dude. 2 against the
That-
Raiders too.
that's, that's dog shit.
Dog shit.
Oh,
All right, so
love it.
Bills win, Detroit covers.
I honestly, if I was gonna take a bet in this game, I might play the over, dude.
I think this is the first week where no team has a bye.
Yeah, no team has a bye in this week.
Since week 1, everybody's playing this week.
What does that have to do with this game, though?
And I'm just saying, I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, I honestly, I think the over might be the play, 54.5, because the Lions can't stop the run at all. But then again, like, dude, if we
Bills
get
don't run it though.
if we get the good Buffalo, well, I mean, they can't stop the pass either. The Lions are like, they're literally.
They score a lot of points though. They score 25 and they give up 28. So
20
that over
25th in DVOA.
that over is probably going to hit.
But at the same time, like, if we get the good Buffalo defense, like the one before they were injured, the one that held Miami to 19 points.
It could be what they did to the Steelers.
Yeah.
Mm.
I lean Buffalo here with the points. I know it's crazy to say because it's a lot of points, and I don't like laying a lot of points, but I lean Buffalo laying the points. But I'll probably play the over here. I'm not going to lie. Because I think Buffalo, what's their... Do we have their team total? Does anyone have their team total up? What their team total is? Like what their
points scored and all that?
No, what their team total for the game is. Like, is it over, under, what is it, like 27.5?
Oh, I don't have that up.
Oh, let me look. That'll be on cover, so.
No, they don't have it up here, dude, for some fucking reason.
I'm going to Bookie. Let me see if they have it.
The under is 5-0 in the Bills' last 5 games following a straight up win. Under is 5-0 in the Bills' last 5 road games. The Bills are 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 games. It's a stupid trend. Never mind.
Buffalo 27.
27, dude. That might be the play. Over 27 points.
Yeah, because the Lions give up 28, and Buffalo is hands down one of the best offenses in the.
That definitely might be the play right there. Over 27 points. Buffalo. Team total. If you can get that, that might be the play. Lions over is 5-0 in the last 5 games after allowing stupid trend too. Over is 6-0 in the Lions' last 6 games following an ATS win. Lions are 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 games after accumulating more than 150 rushing yards in the Dude, these are stupid trends. Never mind. Don't listen to those. Do not listen to those trends. Lions are 6-0 ATS in their last 6 games in November, which is pretty interesting, though.
I mean, look at these inflated spreads.
What, alt spreads?
Yeah.
What's the alt spreads?
If you take Buffalo all the way up at 24.5 points, it's only plus 410.
There's no way I'm laying 24.5. There's no.
Oh yeah, I
value
know.
there.
I just think it's nuts. If you take it at 21, it's plus 295.
That's crazy, bro.
14 plus 140. That's not good value.
Nah, not for that big of points. Like I need a lot more than that. I need some
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia type fucking lines on that.
Yep.
Plus 1095, dude.
No, plus. Oh yeah, I thought it was plus 1800.
Dude, whatever it was, man. I should have
Yeah.
just thrown $10 on it and said
Yeah.
fuck it.
And some people was betting when they went down 1-0.
Yep.
Jesus.
The live money line was like plus 32, some shit like that.
Jesus.
That's insane, dude. All right, let's move on. Hold on. What's our leans on this game?
I'm a lean.
Detroit.
Nah, I don't like picking against the Bills. Every time I pick against them, I lose. So give me the Bills.
Minus 9.5.
Minus 9.5. But if I'm betting that over for sure.
Are we all leaning Bills here? Minus 9.5.
No, I'm gonna do the over.
Ben.
No, I'm gonna go Detroit.
Ben in the Batcave.
Detroit plus 9.5.
Okay, good. Because I like Detroit. I mean, I like the Bills. So if we were all gonna take Bills, I was just gonna flip over to Detroit because
that's why I'm taking Detroit.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. I like the over though. I do like that over 54.5. That might be the one. Well, I actually like Buffalo over 27 in that game. I think that's a solid bet. All right, let's move on to our next game. Giants at Cowboys. Division game on Thursday night, dude. Or Thursday. Thursday night if you're on the East Coast, I guess. This kicks off at 4:30 p.m. Eastern, 1:30 p.m. Pacific. This is at AT&T Stadium in Dallas. The Giants are 7-3 straight up, 7-3 against the spread, 2-7 to the over. Dallas Cowboys 7-3 straight up, 7-3 against the spread, 3-6 to the over. Right now, Dallas laying 9.5 points at home to the Giants. Division game totals 45. Dallas coming off a monster fucking win on Sunday against the Minnesota Vikings, in which they absolutely just fucking demolished 40-3. And then the Giants coming off a terrible loss to the Detroit Lions, 18-31. So everybody's gonna take the Cowboys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if they follow what's the name's game plan.
I think the big thing is it started at
did.
6.5 and now it's up at 9.5. That's a big spread.
Yep. I'm gonna be
because you have Belton questionable, Shane Lemieux guard questionable, Andrew Thomas questionable, and Richie James all questionable.
You also have Mike Parsons questionable though.
yes, Mike
And
Parsons.
Anthony Barr and DeMarcus Lawrence.
Yep.
I think if both teams are healthy and the Cowboys do what they did, well, emulate what the Lions did, and they can do it at a way better level because they're a way better defense, this game could honestly get ugly. I wouldn't say it's maybe not as ugly as the Vikings game, but I could definitely see this game being like 27-10 or 27-3 or some shit like that. Because if they make Daniel Jones throw the ball and actually try to beat them from the pocket, this is gonna be a blowout.
Not so fast, my friend. Not so fast.
Little hands.
Because the Cowboys not good against the rush at all. That's their one deficiency.
And the Lions was what?
True, but the difference is that teams that run against Dallas give them a little bit of trouble. Dallas great against the pass, but the Giants, if it becomes a passing game for the Giants, they have no fucking chance. We saw that last week, right? The thing with this game here, division game, right? Brian Dable's first game against the Cowboys. I think they dropped that Detroit Lions game last week because they were looking ahead to this week. Short week, going on the road to Dallas, division game, both 7-3. Both still in play to make the playoffs. I like the Giants here, dude. Give me the Giants with the points. I think that Brian Dable is a good enough coach, and Mike McCarthy is not a good coach. That I think that this is a spot where Giants might not win, but they're gonna cover. This is gonna be a close game. This is gonna be a low scoring, close game.
Giants money line then.
No, because I don't think the Giants are gonna win. I mean, they might, but I think they're gonna cover.
And I'm just fucking with you.
I think they're gonna cover this spread here.
Hopefully they bounce. If they do bounce back, I just don't like what I saw last week.
And I would probably take the under too. I like the under 45. I don't think this is gonna be a high scoring. Why is it total 45? That's way too high.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a high scoring game either.
Well, it's because Dallas has put up over 40 points in their last 2 wins.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they're
and let's not. We have been dogging the Giants this whole year, saying that they're a fraudulent team, saying that they're not as good of a 7-3.
They're not, but they're also a
As they
9.5
should
point dog here. It's not like they're a favorite
Yeah.
or a 3-point dog. Like they're
But,
9.5.
look at the
point
teams
dog.
that they just lost to. I mean, I know they got a Houston win. I know they got a Jacksonville win. The Baltimore win was a joke that shouldn't have happened. But then you look at Seattle where they lost by 14 and Detroit where they lost by
But they lost at
13.
Seattle to a non-division opponent, to a team that was extremely hot at the time. And then
the Cowboys aren't hot.
I mean, dude, the
Well,
Cowboys
they lost to Green Bay, but
yeah, the Cowboys. I mean, they're coming off a huge win. I mean, this is a huge letdown spot now because they're riding high. We just beat the dog shit out of the Vikings. We're easily gonna win this game against the Giants. This is a classic. This is a classic square bet here where everybody says, "Oh my god, they just beat the shit out of the Vikings. Vikings were 8-1, now they're 8-2. We're hammering the Cowboys because the Giants just lost to the Lions. This is easy. 9.5. Let's go. Easy bet. Cowboys -9.5. Not so fast, my friend.
Cowboys -9.5.
I'm taking the Giants, and the fact that Ben likes it so easily makes me like my bet even more.
What? I mean, is Saquon gonna magically wake up and learn how to run again? I mean, you're talking about how the Giants have.
He's been good all year. He had one
Yeah.
bad game, man. You don't think people do you
He
wake
has
up
not been. He's not been great.
do you wake up every day and have the best day at work?
Damn straight.
Shit.
I'm a fucking god. No, I mean, 953 yards, 6 touchdowns over the season. That's not great.
What are you talking about? He's got like 9 games to go and he can hit over 2,000.
Wait, how many yards he got already?
953.
Oh yeah, damn, that's a lot.
That's hella yards.
Yeah, it is the second most in running backs there.
He was due for a bad game, dude.
That's true. But I don't know, man. Tony Pollard been looking like a beast.
Tony Pollard has looked good. You know, and the Giants looked like shit last week. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it and say like.
Well, hopefully Daniel Jones could bounce back and we have a good game because I'm tired of seeing fucking blowouts on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a close game. I think it's gonna be a good game. I don't necessarily think that like the Giants are like a great juggernaut defense. I think they're actually like
they could get after the passer though. I like their pass rush.
Yeah. I do think the Cowboys are a better team, obviously. But 9.5's a lot against a division opponent, in my opinion. I'm gonna take the points. I'm gonna take the points here.
9.5. Dallas.
Shot bet.
All
right, I'm writing it down here.
Buy another shot of Hennessy.
Nah, don't do Hennessy. Just do whatever. Shot bet.
Oh, thank you.
NYG versus Dallas. This is the thing though. Shot bet on this game, but loser has to do it that night on Instagram, on the Taproom Sports Instagram.
Okay.
All right. We're not saving it for a show. We're doing it that night. Let's go. All right, let's move into our next game. So, hold on, Irv, who are you on?
I like the under.
Irv likes the under.
Good answer there. Not picking a team.
But I mean, if you like under 45, you might as well take the dog too.
Yeah.
Because it basically is a correlation of each other.
What if the dog only scores 3 points though?
I mean, that could always happen, but you never know. All right, let's move into our next game. We got the Patriots at the Vikings. Patriots are 6-4 straight up, 6-3-1 against the spread, 4-6 to the over. Minnesota 8-2 straight up, 4-5-1 against the over, 5-5 to the over. Right now, Minnesota's laying only 2.5 at home. The total is 42.5 on the money line. New England plus 120, Minnesota minus 140. Obviously, Minnesota coming off a just brutal fucking L to the Dallas Cowboys 40-3, which we just talked about a little bit, and then the Patriots coming off a walk-off punt return touchdown. What?
A brutal W.
I mean, dude, to be honest, they dominated that whole fucking game. They just
Defensively.
No, they dominated. They moved the ball throughout the game. Yeah,
they just couldn't put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, and Nick Folk missed fucking 3 kicks, which kind of changed it too. So, what do you think about this game here? Who wants to go first? Irv?
It's Kirk Cousins in prime time, but he is going up against an offense that.
I didn't even think about that, dude. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, it's Kirk Cousins in prime time, and we know how people say he's cursed. He can't perform in prime time. He's also going up against Bill Belichick, but man, this offense is not that good. They look a lot better when Bailey Zappi is playing, but they have a lot of faith in your boy Mac Jones.
Yep.
So, I think I said I'll never do this again, but I'm gonna ride with primetime Kirk at home against the Patriots.
I just haven't really been impressed with the Patriots wins that they've got. I mean, they came out of the bye week and only put up 3 offensive points against the Jets. I mean, they did beat the Jets twice. They beat Indianapolis. The Indianapolis game was a little bit better. Defensively, they're playing good, but I just don't know if they can go on a 4-game winning streak with the team that they have. And I think a lot of emotions are going to be coming out with for the Vikings because they got absolutely mollywopped last week. So I think they're going to be a kind of come out and show what they can do. They're going to have to come out strong because New England's defense is good.
Yeah, their first DVOA.
Still going to go Minnesota minus 2.5.
I think that the biggest thing Dallas did last week was they exposed the Vikings offensive line. The offensive line is not good. And
Aerosol is a dog, though.
And Matthew Judon is a dog.
Oh, yeah, he is.
He's an absolute dog. The Patriots' biggest weakness is stopping the run. They're 12th DVOA against the run. But the Vikings haven't really been able to run the ball all year, dude, surprisingly.
Dalvin hasn't looked good.
They haven't been that good rushing the ball. So I wonder if they're going to be able to run the ball, because if they can't, I don't think they're going to stand a chance in this game. Well, I mean, they might win the game. They might win it like, a close game. But in a close game, I'm going to take the Patriots. Kirk Cousins in primetime, I can't do it. I'm not backing him, dude. I mean, I'm looking at his stats in primetime. I mean, this guy is absolute fucking dog shit in primetime, dude. This is nasty shit.
So you taking the under?
What's the over-under again?
42.5.
Yeah, I mean, the under might be a great play here. Kirk Cousins 2-10 straight up against, or actually 2-11 straight up in primetime.
What's his Thanksgiving?
He's never played on Thanksgiving.
Damn.
He has a QB rating of like dog shit, basically. His best game in primetime was against the Bears last year, and the Bears were like the worst team in one of the worst teams in the NFL. That was his best game. I mean, dude, you look at this guy's record in primetime, dude. He's just awful. Awful.
Man, if the Patriots was playing Zappy, I would take Zappy and Patriots, but I don't trust Mac Jones, bro.
They moved the ball last week though. They just couldn't finish drives because the wind was blowing.
Yeah, but even if they move the ball this week, 3 field goals ain't gonna get it done against Minnesota.
How do you know?
Minnesota doesn't have the Jets defense though.
That's true, but they got a good enough defense.
They are 18th DVOA in defense. They're bottom half of the league. I like the Patriots plus 2.5. Give me the Pats. Give me Bill Belichick. Give me fucking Mac Jones. This is a total fade of the Vikings, dude. The Vikings are they're not that good of a team, dude. Especially when Kirk Cousins is in primetime. This team is mid. Bro, they got the break speed off of them at home against the Cowboys.
So are the Patriots, so they're mid.
Except they got an elite defense. They got the number 1 ranked defense in the league. The Vikings don't have a elite anything. Even their offense is mid. Their offense is 19th DVOA. They're literally a middle of the pack team. They're just lucky as shit.
Mm.
Give me. I would do the under again, but shit,
Under gang.
If I had to pick a team, fuck it, I'll roll with Kirk Cousins. I'm not feeling the Patriots at all.
That's crazy, bro.
4 touchdowns, 7 interceptions this year for Mac Jones.
Yeah, he hasn't been good at all, but you know, he doesn't need to be when you got that defense playing behind you. And maybe he turns it up this week. You never know.
Yeah, maybe Kirk Cousins finally has a good primetime game.
Oh.
There.
Whoa.
Maybe Kirk Cousins has a good game.
Maybe. We never know. Who knows? Anyways, let's move on to our next game. We got Atlanta heading into Washington. This is on Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern kick, FedEx Field. Washington Commanders, the Commies, coming off 2 straight wins, and they're coming off winning 5 of their last 6. So they're absolutely balling. Taylor Heineke named the starter for good until further notice. Atlanta's 5-6 straight up, 7-4 against the spread, 6-5 to the over, 1-4 on the road. Washington is 6-5 straight up, 6-4-1 against the spreads, 4-7 to the over. They're 2-3 at home. Right now, Washington laying -4. The total is 42. Irvin, what do you think about this game here?
The Commanders are hot. I like the way they're playing. I like the way the offense is playing. The defense has been stepping up every week, like y'all said. And your Falcons are not rising to the occasion at all. Honestly, they could have took advantage of being in this weak division, and they just dropped some pretty bad games. Especially that game against the Panthers was horrible. And in this past game against the Bears, they got lucky that they won that game. The Bears honestly let that one slip through too. So I would ride with looking at the spread, I would take Washington -4. And they're at home too, so
yeah, I'm with you there. And I think a big part of that is because you've got the loss of Kyle Pitts for Atlanta.
Oh yeah,
I know he hasn't. Yeah, I know he hasn't been the most productive tight end, but when you don't have him in the lineup, he's not an option anymore. So you don't have to defend that. And what is it, Felipe Franks Their other tight end is questionable. He's not going to be at 100%.
Former
So
quarterback.
that's just that's just one less one less person that they have to really worry about. So you're really looking at Drake London and Algier. So
And Kyle Pitts is one of the best decoys in the league too.
Yeah.
They ain't throwing it to him.
So I just don't think you have enough in Atlanta to go. And Irv, I'm going to follow you. I'm going to go under on this one, under 42.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the 4, to be honest.
It probably gets bet down to 3, honestly, though.
Yeah, if it gets to 3, I'd probably take it, but I definitely lean Washington here. They're playing really well. And obviously, like, Atlanta hasn't been good on the road. You get Chase Young back. I just think that Washington's defense has enough to, like, just totally shut down what the Falcons want to do, because Washington is one of the best defenses against the run, too. On top of all that, they're second against the run. So that's how Atlanta wants to establish themselves first and foremost. So,
and on top of that, Chase Young has potential to be a top 5 defensive player in his league. So,
yep. So I lean Washington minus the 4, and I'm with you guys, dude. I also like the under 42 in this one. I think that one's it does seem a little too high for me, dude. Like, I feel like this total should be like 38.5. So yeah. I would definitely play the under there. All right, let's move on to the Bears at the Jets. So obviously we talked a little bit about the Jets earlier. They looked totally atrocious last week. Zach Wilson comes on and says on the after the game and says some of the likes of that he didn't let the defense down at all. I mean, just showing signs of poor leadership all the way around. The Chicago Bears 3-8 straight up, 4-6-1 to the against the spread, 7-4 to the over, 1-5 on the road. New York Jets 6-4 straight up, 6-4 to the over, 3-7. I'm sorry, 6-4 against the spread, 3-7 to the over. Chicago catching 4.5 points here. The total is at 39.5. The New York Jets laying the 4.5 on the money line minus 210. Bears plus 175. Ben, what do you think about this one?
This is a tough one because I think you've got a Chicago offense that's better than the Jets offense, but I think the Jets defense is better than the Chicago defense. So it really kind of balances each other out there. So I'm looking at that plus 4.5 because I think that's a little too high for the kind of ebb and flow of how good the offense versus the defenses are on both of these teams. So I just don't think the Jets have it in them to win by 5 points.
Also supposed to be windy on Sunday too. They're forecasted over 18-mile-an-hour winds.
Especially with the under at 39.5, that's telling me that this is going to be a close game.
Yeah. Irv?
Give me the Jets plus 4.5. If Zach Wilson is starting.
No, Jets are minus 4.5.
Give me the Bears plus 4.5.
Okay.
But how healthy is Justin Fields?
Huh?
How healthy is Justin Fields in the shoulder?
He's not listed on the injury report.
He's listed as questionable.
Matt.
Yes. He didn't elaborate on the nature of Fields' injury to his left non-throwing shoulder. The injury report comes out Wednesday. Right now, he's day-to-day. We'll see where it is and go from there.
I think
it's not throwing shoulder, which is good.
Jets are 8th against the rush. That's what the Bears like to do. They're 10th rushing the ball, 27th passing. Obviously, the Jets' offense is just fucking dog shit. Like, they're terrible at everything, especially since Breece Hall went down. And the Bears' defense, I mean, it's not good at all, but can the Jets even do anything to take advantage of that? You know what I mean? I think this all comes down to turnovers. Like, whoever wins the turnover battle in this game probably wins the game. So whoever you think is going to get the most turnovers is going to win the game. I'm with you, Ben. I think this one's way too close that I would definitely take the points here, plus the 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily love it because the Jets do have an elite defense.
Yeah.
But, Zach Wilson could throw 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
Give me the Bears plus 4.5.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'd probably take the over 39.5 too, to be honest.
Zach Wilson though, woo, good luck.
Yeah, because what if there's some defensive touchdowns? I don't love it, dude. I'm just saying, like, if I were to take one, I don't know if I would play the under, just because the Bears defense is so bad, dude. Like, everybody scores on them at this point.
That's true. The Falcons did score 27.
You know. All right, let's move into our last game here, the Sunday night football game. We got the Packers heading into Philadelphia to face the Eagles. Green Bay 4-7 straight up, 4-7 against the spread, 5-6 to the over. Philly 9-1 straight up, 5-5 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. They are 4-1 at home. Right now, Green Bay catching 7, totals 46.5 on the money line. Green Bay plus 240. The Eagles minus 300. Eagles off coming off a close win, in which they probably shouldn't have won against Indianapolis, and then Green Bay coming off a just brutal loss in which, Matt LaFleur continues to get outcoached, and Aaron Rodgers looked like shit, to be honest. So, what do you guys think of this game here, Ben?
I mean, just for the pure case that I want the Eagles to, basically come back down to earth because they've been playing such an easy schedule. I want to go with the Packers plus 7 here, but I mean, there's nothing really telling me that the Packers can keep this close.
Eagles are 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 games.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been pretty. What does scare me though, Packers 1-4 away. Philly's been playing good at home. Their only loss did come at home, but we're talking about 7 points here. I would love that extra half a point if I'm going for the Packers, but I mean, even then, Philly doesn't put up a lot of points.
I think
Green Bay's D is not that great.
I think
not that bad.
Well, I mean, to be honest, in that Thursday night game, Green Bay really shut down Derrick Henry in the rushing game. It was Tannehill picked him apart. That was the difference in the game.
It's true.
In Green Bay's, their default on their deficiency in defense all year has been against the run. I mean, they're one of the worst teams against the run. They were able to stop the run.
Mm.
Now we have a game here where both teams are bad against the run. Both teams like to run the ball first. Green Bay 5th DVOA running the ball, and the Eagles are 2nd DVOA running the ball. So I think that's the difference here. I think both these teams are so similar that 7 points is too much.
Yeah, especially because it's going to be raining in Philly.
Yep, and I would honestly probably take the over too because both these teams are going to be able to run the ball.
I think that home cooking is going to be good for Philly.
Yeah, they might win the game, but I mean, I don't think they're going to cover 7, dude.
Yeah, money line is negative 320. Ooh, 320. $3.20. I'm cool. If I had to choose, over under is 46.
I probably lean the under, but I mean, like, dude, both these teams could run the ball, and neither one of them are good against a run. You know what I mean? Like, that's a recipe.
But neither one has been putting up a lot of points. Well,
no, they haven't. You're right, and I do think
take this game time though.
Yeah, I do think that Philly. I think their offense has kind of been figured out, dude.
Yeah,
and they always say, sorry Ben to cut you off, but they always say, people in the NFL always say, you never know how good a team is until they have to play a team the second time around. And they played Washington the second time around, and Washington won the game.
Yeah,
and they shut Philly down.
Well, that could be because of the QB play too. Because Wentz threw 2 interceptions that game, 2 or 3.
Yeah, but they shut the offense down. The offense scored 28 points the first time. Second time they couldn't even move the ball barely.
21.
Couldn't move the ball, but they scored 21 points.
And then the next week, they couldn't even move the ball all game against the Colts. It took a fucking 47-yard PI for them. Basically,
yeah, but we know the Colts got a way better defense than Washington right now. So,
No.
Hell nah.
Even Washington 2 weeks ago was nice.
Washington got a way better defense at this point than the Colts.
You know, the Colts are missing their best player too. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the Eagles get back on track, especially being at home. Green Bay on the road is
1-4.
1-4. Yeah. Let me I'll take the Eagles at home. They might not cover, but I think they win for sure.
Yeah, I'm waiting until last minute till we know a better idea of what game time weather is for me to take this over under here at 46.5. I think if we don't see the rain, I think you go over. If you continue to see the rain, I think we stay at the under.
Yeah. With you. Nice.
Let's go, y'all.
All right, let's get some best bets out of these games, fellas.
My two best bets are the over for the Bills and the Lions, and give me damn, I lost my train of thought. What was the other game we covered? Oh, the Bears plus 4.5 against the Jets.
And I'm going to go the Vikings minus 2.5. And we're going to go the Bears Jets under 39.5.
Under 39.5. All right, I'm going Green Bay plus 7. And then I'm also going New York Giants plus 9.5 is my best bets. Taking both the heavy dogs here.
Giants.
Yikes.
Yep, it's not pretty, but you know what? All they got to do is cover. That's all we care about. I don't care about them winning or losing. They just got to cover. That's all that matters. And you know, Green Bay covered on the road against Buffalo. They might not have won, but they covered. All right, there we go.
Yeah, didn't Buffalo miss a field goal at the end?
Nah, I don't care. They covered. That's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that's the reason why they covered.
Thank y'all for joining us. Make sure to go to Tavour.com or download the Tavour app straight to your mobile device and use promo code TAPROOM for $10 off your first purchase of $25 or more. That's craft beer delivered straight to your front door. You don't even have to leave your seat. Irvin and I will be back tomorrow. Wednesday night, we'll be breaking down the last week of college football, week 13. We got a game on Thursday. We got some rivalry games on Friday and Saturday. So you're definitely going to want to tap into that. It's going to be a fun one. And then we'll be back on Sunday night and we'll be breaking down NFL Week 12 and dissecting it and previewing Monday Night Football. I don't even know.
This Monday Night Football game is going to be so bad.
Who is it?
Pittsburgh, Indy.
Oh, God.
Woo.
Jesus Christ. Fuck us. Right?
That's going to be a barn burner.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We appreciate
51
y'all.
to 48 final score.
We appreciate y'all. If you're out there drinking tomorrow night, Blackout Wednesday, happy Thanksgiving. Make sure to tap into our pod after the fact. We will be live though 9:30 p.m. tomorrow, so tap in if you can. We love y'all. Thank you. Follow us on YouTube, on Twitch, wherever you can. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get this money.